Welcome back to SwitchStars, my name's Luke, and today on the channel we're going to be taking a look at Lonesome Village on the Nintendo Switch. And this is not going to be a full review as I'm still working my way through the game, but I'll be giving you an overview of the story and gameplay mechanics, as well as my thoughts and opinions after about 3 hours worth of gameplay. So with that said, drop a like if this one helps you out, subscribe for more reviews and Nintendo Switch content, and let's get into it. So far as the story goes, it's a little bit obscure with this one as to keep the intrigue going, but in the opening cutscene we see a bunch of happy villagers all enjoying themselves and having a good time, before one by one they're all Thanos'd out of existence. From the ground there then springs a towering tower whose torches blaze with a mysterious blue light, and then we cut to our hero, Wes the Coyote, who spots the tower and decides to head on down to the town to see what's what. Now, so far as I can gather, the residents of the town and the surrounding lands have all been trapped within the tower, and it's basically your job to free them and find out why they've been trapped there. And I felt this scenario works pretty well for gameplay progression. However, apart from a passing comment when you free them, the villagers don't seem at all concerned about having been imprisoned, nor about all of the friends still being missing, and they basically go back to their daily lives after being freed as though nothing had happened. So far though, after 3 hours, I haven't really had any kind of explanation as to what is going on either, not even a hint really, other than some kind of ritual gone awry. But one of the main quest lines involves you gathering up some books which should help clarify things, so hopefully the story improves as I get further into it and things start to make a little more sense. Now, if you come into this one expecting another Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, then you may be a little disappointed to know that Lonesome Village is more of a linear affair featuring a series of chapters to play through. While it does include some elements of life sims such as cooking, fishing and gardening, I'd say that gameplay is predominantly focused around exploration, questing and puzzle solving, and you can essentially think of it as a game of two halves. The first half being the tower elements, where you make your way from floor to floor, freeing residents, and the second sees you out and about in the world exploring its different biomes and assisting the residents with different tasks. Now, on each floor of the tower you're tasked with completing a trial in order to obtain an item which can then be used to break the statues within which one or multiple villagers are imprisoned, and these trials take the form of puzzles. The selection I've played through so far have included things like redirecting lasers using mirrors, diverting water to activate switches, memory games and mazes, and overall there's some decent variety. Though what I will say that is some of them feel more like mini games than real puzzles, and they're all relatively simple and none of them offer any real challenge. Now, your progression up the tower is gated by heart doors as well as pedestals which you need to place specific items on, and this is where the other side of the game comes into play as you explore the world and complete missions for villagers, which from what I've experienced generally involve you retrieving a specific item for them as well. The quests are broken down into both mandatory and optional quests, with the mandatory ones offering up the items necessary for progression, such as fishing rods, axes and a magical guitar, which much like the Ocarina of Time has special songs you can play to call forth the rain and other peculiarities. And through completing these quests you'll also earn the hearts required to pass the doors and objects for the pedestals. And so this generally appears to be the basic gameplay loop. There are of course plenty of secrets to find out in the world and lots of optional things to do, like crafting stuff to decorate your house with, gardening, costumes to unlock and all that jazz, but to be honest this sort of stuff kind of feels more like padding, like the real purpose of it was to provide more ways to gather items for the villagers. Now, in general, Lonesome Village definitely feels like it was aimed towards a younger audience with its mechanics, difficulty and overall cutesy aesthetic, though I have no doubt that there will be plenty of adults who will enjoy its relaxing atmosphere and chill gameplay. Personally, I have to admit that I found the process of going back and forth from the tower to the world became somewhat tedious due to there being no quick way of travelling between the two areas, but the gameplay loop in general is enjoyable enough, and there appears to be a decent amount of content on offer from what I've seen of the world. When it comes to issues, not a huge amount to report. Gameplay wise, everything seems to function fine without any noticeable bugs. However, the game's menu systems feel really poorly designed, with them being quite awkward to navigate and just not very efficient, so everything takes a lot longer than it should, and they kind of feel like they were designed with the touchscreen in mind. Overall though, I feel like Lonesome Village will appeal to someone who enjoyed some of the sim-like elements of Stardew Valley, but didn't necessarily like the daily grind of it all and was looking for something a little more structured. It's really one of those games to chill to though, stress-free, which is definitely echoed by the difficulty of its gameplay. Now, when it comes to the visuals, I actually quite like them. I think the game has a simple but effective art style, which is obviously somewhat influenced by Animal Crossing, considering all of its characters are animals, but it's cute enough, and apart from a few minor frame rate issues and a brief stutter each time a new area loads, there were no real problems performance-wise. On the audio side, the game sounds pretty decent. We do get the usual annoying talking sound effect for the dialogue boxes, but the rest of the game sounds good, and the music is suitably chill, so overall, not bad stuff. In conclusion then, I'm obviously not going to be rating this one due to me still working my way through it, but I have enjoyed what I've played so far. I just wish there wasn't so much back and forth between the tower and the village, or at least just give us some kind of fast travel system to get between them to avoid all the walking. Though I do think the game strikes a good balance between the puzzle elements and the life sim and exploration stuff, and I like the overall design of the different biomes, but I just hope there's enough content in each of them to justify their existence. Overall though, there does appear to be enough content to warrant the game's price tag, and it's always good to see another Kickstarter project coming to fruition. And while some may find, like me, the life sim stuff in this one feels like a bit of a side note, the more structured format may suit some players, and hopefully the storyline delivers come the end point. With that said though, that about wraps things up for this overview of Lonesome Village. Hopefully I gave you an idea of what to expect from the game, and if you're looking at picking this one up or already have, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. As always though, drop a like and subscribe for more content and to help the channel out. Thanks once again for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.